Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today's live summit event in the Crew 2 is ready to take on in Muscle Tour as a second Team Summon featuring with classic and modern muscle cars after Forbidden Times is now coming in to be as a conclusion. So, have you guys ever think that week number 1 from American Legend Season 5 Episode 2 takes on to be in the first week was prohibited dream to get the first generation Pontiac GTO after taking 12 steps by having some good clues and discoveries to be well driving around to be explored in America. Now it's week number 2 is never ending tour to have 8 steps will be follow some clues for having some different kinds of rewards to be as a treasure. But luckily, it's going to get much excited to have this new RIP edition of the Dodge Challenger RT is now also to be featured in this cover. But also to have 2 kinds of muscle car to be on the restriction to be in the street race and touring car discipline on the last video since I have been working so hard by over an hour, we'll have to do some good preview check on the new motor pass system. So, grab your muscle cars between the classic and modern to take on in 6 events. It's going to be a very good, excellent continuation. We'll go on to take the tour. By having 3 street racing category, 2 touring car discipline, and 1 rallycross discipline to be as a mixed event, along with 2 skills once again to be on the slalom and escape, especially the low altitude for the aerobatics and air race discipline. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the live summit event, and let's begin. For having 2 modern muscle cars to be featured in the bundle event by having 20% discount and $857,919 available. One for the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 2020 and a 2010 touring car edition of the Chevrolet Camaro SS is now also to be featured in the lineup. But here it is right now. Category to be as a street race edition to be as the original edition, just like the Road Force 1 and Interceptor Unit edition. The horsepower is 760 and the top speed is 180 miles per hour by having a good correction guess, and also to have an engine for this kind of a very good GT500 Ford Mustang Shelby. A 5.2 liter supercharged V8 turns out to become a very good, excellent 7,300 revolution per minute. Very good and awesome Mustang to be as a 6th generation has been in production since 2014. Next up in muscle car number 2, the 2010 touring car edition of the Chevy Camaro SS will be known as the Camaro Gt3 Circuit spec to be from the first installment in the Crew. Very good, excellent modification to be as a race spec. Top speed is 186 miles per hour. And it doesn't show the horsepower will be installed, a single part will be revealed itself by having a good guess. Alright, 2 muscle cars by having a good available price will be on the restriction to have some installed parts to be in the Nitro Chemist. So let's go and take on by having a good tour in the muscle tour will go on underway. For having 3 types of disciplines in every 2 events comes in to have some platinum ranks to be on different position, including myself that I ended up in rank 5060 place to get 4 rewards, including the 3rd generation Chevy Corvette C3 is now marking the gold, along with a famed magnet boosted for the rallycross disciplines. But a total points might be very good enough by only 1,166,230 points. Time to go collect and move on to take on for the next 3 events and 3 skills in Muscle Tour. We'll be going on for some different disciplines. Now, this one might have a very good platinum reward to get the RIP edition of the Dodge Challenger RT is very cool and fully modified to be as a good ordinary muscle car to take the streets. So let's go and have some good events. We'll be settled in to have some 3 street racing events along with 2 touring cars and 1 for the rallycross discipline to be on the mixed event. So let's go and take the Solemn. We'll be at Great Plains. It's now located in the south of the US to be located in Dallas. Also to be auto switch vehicle to be using with off-road vehicle is going to be doing the same thing just like every previous event to be on the live summit. But perfect time is going to be going in to be on the main Halo entrance to be doing the best course. We'll have to go again. Grab the discipline to go with the rally raid, and for this part of the video segment, muscle cars only. Just also to be temporarily to be on escape because everybody could probably have to go with hypercars just to see how faster, longer, and do a different alternate method might be going in to go extreme. So let's grab the second generation Pontiac GTO to judge. Turn the engine on. Okay, looks like there's one player nearby. I'll be the first one to go in. Solemn around the gate. Do the same technique to be on a different condition by the daytime. Very good. Boost it up quickly and go for a mid-air jump. Absolutely job remarkable. Going in to take the jump, stay on track, and go up to be over 10,000 points. But we know about the strategy in Solemn to be on the off-road event. It's going to have to quite come in handy. But especially to see how one muscle car is going to be doing some well heighten up to be on a jump. There goes the cows. Gonna have to take that one last checkpoint, and coming in. So close. Almost had the chance to reach the finish line, and here it is. Attempt number 1 is fully well achieved by having 23,409 points. 1 skill check, 2 to go, and 8 events are also to be unmarked and checked. For those who have ever used the perfect hypercar to be using on escape for the next skill, clearly that we know the place. Pikes Peak is now going on top of the mountain before we can go quicker to be on the extreme downhill. But also to have some different disciplines is going to be doing a quickest way might be quite challenging to go faster and quicker to be on the long shortcuts. Now, I'll have to make sure if I could probably have to go with a hypercar might be very excellent to do a simple experiment just like every players have already did. So let's go and do the options to grab a hypercar to go with the Bugatti Divo. Disciplines. Now, let's see. Okay, there you go. Just gonna have to have that car thumbnail image will be revealed itself. Nitro Chemist is good to go once again. Alright, let's go and take the extreme jump to go quicker down the hill we go. Now let's go boost up and watch your step. Very good, and here comes the directional gliding when going down the hill. Whoa man, this is gonna be way too extreme to this jump. Okay, safe and touchdown. Now let's go and take the highway before the red zone is about to coming in faster. Hang on. Okay, very good. Steep and dodging the trees. That's how this part of the skill might be going faster and quicker to climb up onto 100,000 points and over. Very good to take the exit shortcut to be on Pikes Peak. Now, let's take the road we go. I'm so glad that you guys really want me to do this. It is the quickest way to go up by over 10,000 yards. Might be doing the main role of the high ejected. Is going to be doing much faster and quicker to be on the main route. It's going to be drive anywhere before take the highway. So let's keep going and stay on the main road of the asphalt before the red zone is about to be coming in about a large amount of yards. Take that exit to be on the opposite direction. There you go. Now let's take the highway and go increase with the yards. Changed up onto the next lane, and there you go. Right side on the highway is doing perfectly in America. There you go. Looks like almost to be at 10,000 yards is going to be a very good, excellent jackpot. Is going to be having a new well-achieved record. Let's keep up the boost and go long distance we go. Okay, there's 12,000 yards. Very good, very good. Now I could probably have to go up higher onto 15,000 yards. We'll be doing the next goal. Just gonna have to go forward onto the east coast of America before moving up onto the next goal by 20,000 yards. Oh, and by the way, I also might have to do a music called announcement. Might be doing much excellent and gonna have to do the main progress when driving on escape to be at Pikes Peak. We'll have to go much longer away to be on the distance. Okay, looks like two trucks are blocking the way. Gonna have to go clear forward on every lane. Now we have passed Chicago. Now we're about to go forward to be on the same route to be on the highway until we're about to be passed by at Detroit. So how is it going so far, you guys? Well, it's doing fine. But the tour might be going on to see how faster for the hypercar might have to keep up by doing the main progress to be in this challenge. It's gonna take forever until gonna have to take the third skill. We'll be wait for any moment. Okay, 20,000 yards pass. Now let's go up until moving the next goal is 25,000 yards. After 25,000 yards, 30,000 yards is going to get much calculated to be on a well-achieved faster to be on a long-distance progress. But I can't wait if I could probably have to be in the #1 spot to be in the leaderboards. It could take forever until the red zone is about to come and catch me. Okay, stay on it. Looks like the handling might be quite getting to loosen up. Gonna have to stay boosted up for my White Star Bugatti Depot. Okay, there goes 30,000 yards, and still dropping away from the red zone is gonna get much wider to be on the range radius. Okay, looks like it's gonna have to take much concentrated when driving on the high-speed road. But I can still got this, you guys. This part of the challenge is gonna get much semi-endurance. We'll have to go longer it takes. There you go. Almost there, just gonna have to climb up onto 35,000 yards. Boost it up more, and wait for the 7th gear to be having a standby call to be on the nitro refill. There you go, there you go, keep driving. Almost to be at 40,000 yards is going to get much quicker towards the next 10,000 yards to be left remaining. Hopefully, I could probably have to do a very good, well, successful record achievement. Is gonna have to do a higher ways to see how faster can it go. Looks like less traffic, more speeding up. Okay, now we're doing a slow down position call. Gonna have to do the intersection to be on the next street. Might need to catch up. I can feel it, folks. I can feel it to see how I could probably have to get this total yard in distance by 50,000 until 3,000 left remaining until gonna have to do a new record set. Just like the rest of you guys have barely made a good, well expert set to be on this skill, it's gonna have to do some patient concentration and gliding in when doing the airborne, just like Asphalt 8 Airborne. But it's gonna do much awesome moments out there to see some excellent extreme stunts to be in the hypercar discipline. So let's go and take the different approach. 50,000 yards is now reached up by having a new record. I know how you guys really want me to keep going, but it's going to be a very good, excellent, new, long-lasting record to be part of this video segment, viewers. But I know it's going to have to take a long wait before doing some muscle cars we'll be waiting for later on. Now I'm in the Afternoon Street. Just gonna have to see how quicker and do some several pass overtake on traffic cars. There's some Ford Explorer, Chevy Camaro SS, and Dodge Charger SRT8 sedan, followed by the Chevy Silverado 1500 is now also to be roaming around in a normal traffic commute. Okay, note to self. Just gonna have to brake early when traffic cars comes in oncoming. Okay, there you go. Stay on track. And still on progress by 56,000 yards. I bet this challenge is gonna get much longer and laster when it takes. Okay, that's a close call. Now let's move on to have the Salem Woods in the East Coast before we could probably have to keep coming forward to be on the main route of this destination. But I don't know where am I going, but I could probably have to get to New York City. $60,000 yards has now reached and passed. Keep it up. Now we're entered onto the old Orchard Beach is now passed by to be on the small town. Catskill Bay is now entered as well. But I hope I could probably have to do some excellent moment to be on the book. Keep boosted up. And coming in towards up north to the east. But good thing this road trip might be going a long way from Colorado to Maine. Okay, excellent driving skill. Dodge the oncoming traffic car. But I bet the red zone might be barely trying to come up with a different approach if I could probably have to keep dropping away from the area. But still not yet. But I could probably have to do the next goal by doing 75,000 yards. Can I take it, you guys? Yes, I will. Let's go for 75,000 yards to do the next goal of the challenge. But almost to be at least 75,000 yards will be go up on to 70,000. But it's gonna get much stopping point towards the end until stopping at Maine. Okay, let's go boost it up some more. Save plenty amount of nitro, half by 50%. Correction is going to be a very good, excellent key to be part of this skill. But I know it's going to have to do a long patient if I could probably have to stop on skill number 2 until the red zone might be going in to take the hit. Excellent jump. Now let's go and keep it up. And now we arrive in Maine, located in the crown on the east coast of the US. Come on, let's go. Climb up onto 75,000 yards. I can feel it. I am also gonna feel it to be on the perfect marking spot to have a new record set. But there you go. 75,000 yards and over will be going up onto 76,000. So incredible, and doing long-lasted driving to see how great am I gonna have to do a very good achieved record onto skill number 2. The challenge is a very quick simple to see how capable to drive around to go on to have the west coast to be leaving up onto the east coast. But I can take it. Here comes the sacrifice. I go. And here I am for the new record. 78,592 yards. Ah, yes. Very good. And 150,000 added with 7,850 points. I'm so very glad to have this new record. It's going to be a very good long-lasting run by over exactly at least 160,000 points. Let's go low altitude to be on St. Julian Peak for having an aerobatic, and air race discipline will go automatically to be in the switch. But when it comes in to have some 3 skills, we'll be coming over to see how disciplines is going to be very challenging to be on different activities before taking on with classic and modern muscle cars for only 6 events. Now let's go down onto the mountains to have a fly low in the altitude. Watch out for the trees and go directly to have some good standing position to be in the clear spots. Let's fly directly and go upward to dodge the trees. 20,000 points is going to be well checked for having a new record set on attempt number 1. Very excellent, and doing on the stopping point to add with 6,701 points. Now that's an extreme flying low altitude to go higher and quicker to be on the risk. Excellent job, and 3 skills complete before I'm about to be ready to go for having 3 events with some classic and modern muscle car will be on the roll. For organized disciplines to start out to have 3 events to be on street racing category, along with 2 touring car disciplines to be in the TC class category, and also to have 1 rallycross discipline to be as a mixed event to be in the middle of nowhere by having a no restrictions by having rallycross discipline will be eligible to participate. So let's go and head out into the West Florida coast by using the Dodge Challenger RT RIP Edition. It's about to go racing to be in the classic. Just like the original edition of the Dodge Challenger RT also include with some custom modification. But this kind of a very good modification version of the Challenger RT is going to be a very good RIP to go to have some different alternate variation. Is also to have an altered body kit, rear wing spoiler, roll gauge, and a hood with an exposed engine to have rims and a metallic paint job with red decals. But this one is a very good street racing beauty to have a classic muscle car is about to go rearing up. 425 horsepower with a top speed of 146 miles per hour, and the handling style is going semi-expert in performance level in 195. This ride is very brand new to have a new addition. It's going to be a very good classic to go challenge to be as a beast.
3.
Let's get ready to try this puppy out and go for the challenge to take on with 7 European cars to take the lead.
Listen to the engine. It's saying, let's win.
I'm so very excited about this very good different alternate version of the Dodge Challenger RT. Just like the original, but it's very good to be as a RIP edition to have some full modification. It's going to be well competitive to be as a muscle car street race discipline. For this part of the strategy, when taking part in West Florida coast by having a challenge with 7 European cars, 1 American muscle car will take the spotlight to go for the lead, with some excellent handling to be on a quick refill on the nitro. So better make sure to use it quickly to go tap up and go increase the speed. Now coming in onto the street, checkpoint will be proceed until coming back on the road. Okay, let's stop right here and go for doing a power slide drift to be on the quicker time. Very good. 2 seconds to be on the main gap. Let's go faster and higher to stay on in the 3rd gear transmission. But also to have this good action view to be on the hood cam, because this different kind of the exposed engine might be very different, just like any kinds of exposed engine on every kinds of muscle car, including the Challenger, is a very good specialized unique variation to be part on this RIP edition. But also to have this kind of the interior view looks very different to be on the same original type version. But the roll bar cage might be quite very excellent to be quicker ways to see it. But I'll make sure if I could probably have to pause it whenever you see the roll bar cage on the rear. Halfway there on 50% in the progression, and how am I doing? Looks okay, and no problem to have some incoming opponents on every European cars before catching up onto this Challenger. So it looks like we're about to go hit the brakes onto the 90-degree angle in the next street. Perfect smooth driving and going up in about 10 seconds to be marking the green by the gap. Nitro is good to go and fully well used. Tap it up quickly and go onto the 4th gear transmission until the finish line will be coming in closer at the end. 75% in the progression, 25 more to go. This muscle car is built like a true beast to be racing on the streets. Also to have an ordinary drag race is going to be quite a-okay along with a Charger. But barely close enough to do a power slide drift to go quicker and do a very good clean. But it might be quite doing a-okay to do an average performance to be on this activity. So we're getting there, folks. Keep things going and go boost it up with a nitro. There's the deer pass by on the road. And here comes the finish line at New Orleans in Lakeview. Regular on the podium, RIP Challenger takes the first position in 3 minutes 35.786 seconds, is now almost to be at 100,000 points. Nearly close enough, and first street race event is check complete by the mark. 1 street race down, 2 to go, and 5 events remaining. 45,000 bucks is well earned. Now, next up, for having a drag race to be at South Beach where only any kinds of muscle car discipline will be used on the dragster. Perfect time to go in and have my Chevy Camaro SS Drag Race Edition with the UDRS Insportec will be take the spotlight by having a full-fledged nitro is now maximum at the go. For only 4 muscle car dragster is going to be perfectly by any selection, but hopefully you guys could probably have to grab your favorite muscle car to be in the same drag race discipline, and 400 performance level is going to be marked at the go. So let's push up and take 3 runs to be in south of Miami. We'll be doing an excellent drag race on daytime. Perfect moment to have some spectators. We'll be going in to take the straightaway by a quarter mile. So let's go and have run number 1. Burn them up and stay on the green zone until 3 seconds will be on the grid start. Okay, average is good. Now, let's switch up and go correctly to be on the good and perfect. Full velocity and mark the finish line to have a new record to be on the average set. There we go. Looks like runtime 10.480 seconds. Very good job and taking 2 runs to go remaining. But we know the drill. This drag race muscle car is going to go faster and higher to be on the green zone to be stay on track. Now let's step on the gas until the green. Good start. 3 times the good, 2 times the perfect. And here comes the second run attempt. 10.647 seconds. Red plus to be marked on 0.167. Gonna have to take one more chance, folks. This one is perfect to be on the book. Final run. And this is gonna be my new record to be updated if I could probably have to do a perfection gear shift to go higher. Perfect start. More perfect, 1 less good, and full nitro to be at the velocity. Successful, and run number 3 complete by under 10 seconds. Wow, that was a very good gear shift. Is now also to be received by having 7 set of a legendary bundle for a drag race disciplines. But here comes the main activity performance in the first attempt by having 3 runs. 120,484 points is now complete to have a very good, excellent thumbs up to be achieved. Alright, looks like 145,000 bucks earned, 7 legendary loot parts, and next up, 400,000 followers by using the Chevy GT500 is now going in to be on the first restricted. So next up, St. George is about to go on to have a single Ford Mustang GT500 with the collaboration of Shelby is now part of it to have a very good, excellent 2020 real car model is going to become very excellent since I have changed up the color to be on the paint job to be added with stripes. But also to have the update in the performance level in 280 to have 11.7 horsepower with a top speed of 227 miles per hour to be on the semi-expert. This beast is very good to go to have some vanity since I added up before putting up the new clip. So let's do this, you guys. 1 Mustang Shelby GT500 will be take the spotlight to be on the grid for having a street race competition. Clearly to have a best moment to be in the mountain states in America, but we got some good vehicles to be as always to be on the usual.
You're gonna win this easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I'll have to win this and take an excellent good position to be going in to be on every route, just like US Speed Tour West and the live summit event from America. proud to be driven with this good beast, and perfectly to have this moment to go clean racing. However, this updated version of the Ford Mustang might become very excellent to have a supercar to have a very good excellent performance by over 700 horsepower is going to be doing correctly with a top speed of over 180 miles per hour is going to be very challenging to be driving on the streets. Especially with some different versions of the Ford Mustang is going to be perfectly to have this current generation is now become very beautiful and very well proud to be driving on the track. But by the looks of it, I could probably have to take a good look at the interior view when racing in action. But that's right. This fully detailed interior is very awesome to have a 2024 Mustang to be labeled as a Chevy GT500, just like the 2013 version from the 5th generation. But it looks pretty cool and awesome to be in the Crew 2 as part of Inner Drive update. Gonna have to keep going forward to take every checkpoint. Going inside of the road to be on the apexes is gonna do some different road to be as a good ordinary sprint race competition. Just drive to take the horizon to be on a bright daytime condition. Gonna have to pack up the speed. Okay, checkpoint clear. Okay, let's take the jump. And coming in closely, 69% in the progression is now coming in closer to be on the boosted edge. Ah, man. Let's take that next street. Keep on driving and go clean on this route. Just give me one moment. I just really don't want any interruption at this time. Just gonna have to go drive and faster to be on the higher edge. Pull that brake. Next turn directly and going in to be on the hairpin. Sharp turn and go boost it up. I'm also temporarily like Ford Mustang a lot. Just like any kinds of classic and modern vehicles to have every generation is going to be turns out to become brilliant, will go further. Just like Chevrolet to have some new roads to be fine opened is going to be well driven to explore. But here I am right now. Finish line is now achieved by have 400,000 followers to be now achieved to be in this main activity performance. But I'll make sure I had to start over to have a second attempt. Will might go better this time to be on the chance.
3,
Here we go for attempt number 2 to have a very good proud moment in Muscle Tour. We'll go faster and higher for the Mustang Shelby GT5.
Seriously, go
Gonna have to go faster and higher to have that good straightaway to be on the top of the hill. Checkpoint clear and going the same route in St. George is doing perfectly to have a correction of a single modern muscle car to go to take the lead. But good thing this very good awesome beast to have a very good excellent horsepower to go up by over 1000 horsepower, just like the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat from GT Sport and GT7. Only in the Crew 2 to have this very good go further beast to have this one awesome Mustang to have an updated version to have some full customization to have some wing spoiler to be on the rear. Just like the 2015 Ford Mustang Premium Fastback GT is very good and excellent to be as the original Ford Mustang to be as a 2015 model. 5 years later until now for this car is going to be very excellent to go faster to have that good excellent speed of performance just like any kinds of previous generation of the Ford Mustang by generations. So let's take a good excellent speed boost onto the straightaway. We go. Checkpoint clear onto the next one. before continue on to do some jumps, followed by the straight on every tight turns. But yeah, I'm just really enjoyed trying out with this ride. It's going to be very good. Blue with white stripe is very excellent to be as a proud American supercar. Just like the Real Force 1 and Interceptor edition of the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 is also to have some different types of variations. But good thing the first one that I just also have the Real Force 1 is a very good proud American moment, and I didn't have the interception unit was also to be part in the first premium motor pass content to be on the premium. But man, I don't know how awesome for these kinds of exclusive cars to be part on the motor pass bundle before I ended up to have new rides to be part in the contractor is going to be having some service vehicle, including the Alfa Romeo Quadripio is now going to be having a very good outclass edition, along with 3 types of service vehicle such as the Chrysler 300 SRT8 Limousine Edition, Cadillac DeBilly Taxicab, and also to have the Chevy 3100 with the Rocket Company is also to have some very good awesome service vehicle. But I'll make sure that this part of the Ford Premium content might have to go up in about over 80,000 crew credits, but I still got some money left, but I have to make sure to hold on to it. I could probably have to do it at any time until if I could probably have to go further notice on the 2022 Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. But I'm still working on in round 2. It's going to be a very long time before doing some part of the restart to be on the gameplay. But here's my update on the lap time for only 3 minutes 20 seconds for the decimal of 806 seconds is now updated to be on the second activity performance by over 100,000 to be added with 11,175 points. But good job and awesome to have a very good standard 2020 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 rocks the street in America. 3 street race event is complete, so now 2 touring car discipline events along with a rallycross discipline will be listed to be on the next event. So let's go and take on to have the first one to be using with a Chevy Camaro SS. We'll have to do it perfectly to be on stage number 4 of US Speed Tour East from Dallas to Santa Fe. Perfect moment to have a very good excellent state by state to go from Texas to New Mexico. One touring car of the Chevy Camaro SS 2010 is about to go time attack competitive to take the streets onto the full course to be on the asphalt track. For right now, the update on the performance level is 320 to pack up with 798 horsepower with a top speed of 247 miles per hour. Perfect GT3 race car as a 2010 model for the Camaro SS will go in to take the stage in the US Speed Tour East. After stage number 4, heading up into the Giants racetrack for touring car event number 2 before doing the middle of nowhere, we'll be doing a rallycross mixed event. So let's go and beat the main time by 5 minutes and 32 seconds to go for the clock.
Ready for stage number 4 of the US Speed Tour East, Dallas, Texas to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
But good thing the handling might be quite very good to be smooth as an FR layout. Just like any kinds of Camaro race car to be well outfitted to have some wide body modification. But this circuit spec version is also to be used in the first installment in the crew. But luckily for Camaro fans out there who really love this kind of a GT3 race car spec, is going to be well competitive to be on the track. Gonna have to stay focused and do some cornering to be on the inside by every checkpoint in the route. 4 seconds on the decimal time by 6, perfectly to be going increase to have an improved time. But I'll make sure this Camaro will take home the podium. If I could probably have to get up onto 100,000 points, it's going to be doing remarkable moment. Just keep dropping and go for the muscle tour to be as a best moment in the live summit. So now, leaving Texas to be heading out into the Big South, proceed on over to be in the Big Land. We'll be moving on to have the same route as always. Gonna have to stay on track and go for the breaking point. Just like any kinds of high performance touring car race car to be in the same discipline is gonna have to do a very good record set. Just go with the practice and do your best out there to have some very good incoming corners to be on every turn. But I'm always enjoyed having some very good collection with 3 kinds of Chevy Camaro since GT7 to be onto my full walkthrough. But luckily, the 2016 Camaro SS is now going to be a very good, excellent, have some different customization parts along with the CL1E performance is going to be very differences to have some updated version. But however, the 2017 Camaro CL1 also to have a very good look similarity to be as a 2018 version in GT Sport and GT7. But I'm still always love having Chevy cars is going to be having some new roads to be well discovered to explore to have some new ways to be driving in the Crew 2. Okay, just gonna have to stay on track and go with the handling, boost it up, and keep on going to be on the same route before leaving from Texas and go on to be in the Midwest to be upward. Now entering Central Woods. We'll make sure we have to get to the mountain states in no time until we arrive at New Mexico. Halfway there is past. Now moving on in about 70% in the progression by the next checkpoint. Let's go hit the nitro. Go with some new tricks to see a single GT3 Camaro. We'll have to do some new action ways for the competition. It's all about doing a tested for the time attack. Okay, let's slide left, go straight away and head out from Central Woods and go with the desert. That was close. Very good with a braking recovery to have an emergency notice. Let's take the hills we go and going in onto the route. Gonna have to do a less power slide drift. Hairpin on the way. Good work. Now let's go and master the hill climb to have this GT3 spec Camaro. We'll have to do a very good, excellent podium spot to master in every corners. We'll have to do a warm-up. But also to have the nitro, we'll be doing an optional way. We'll have to go higher and faster this time. Four minutes have passed, and here comes the final stretch.
And now they are nearly in Santa Fe, ready to navigate its crooked streets between Pueblo-style adobe houses. Have fun.
Fast Tourist is now complete by 4 minutes and 50 seconds to be on the decimal of 753. New record, and 7 touring car parts is now in the legendary bundle earned. So good. And very proud, well done for the 2010 Chevy Camaro SS to take the spotlight in the Time Attack event. Now let's go and head out to be at the Giants racetrack to head up into the West Coast. We'll have to do an excellent 4-lap challenge to see how touring car is going to be having one muscle car will take the action. But hopefully, muscle tour for every kinds of muscle car discipline by every category from the last event by having 3 disciplines in every 2 events to be separate. This will be revealed itself to be well chosen. Alright. I could probably have to stay with the Camaro SS. Could probably might have a very good excellent new skill to be on the rightful start. Just like the Chevy Corvette C6R that I just brought from my full walkthrough in the journey. But it's still in the same Chevy brand for Camaro and Corvette. So here comes a very good, excellent muscle car race will take the action. There's the Dodge Charger, and
Come on,
several
you can do
Camaro are now joining the fun. Sounds sweet. It's Chevy versus Dodge to take on in the Giants racetrack. We'll go for the action. This is going to be my kind of a very good, excellent competition, folks. Let's give it a good root for Team Camaro. We'll take the podium to have a win. Kick it up on the nitro to be on the next sector. Go on to have the right corner to be onto the next turn at the left. Opposite direction might become in handy to have a very good, excellent direction to have a good view in San Francisco. Go up the hill, take the left turn, and go precisely to be at the hill climb to have a very good increased acceleration. Gonna have to switch up onto the interior view. This GT3 spec version of the 2010 Camaro SS was also to be used in every race series since I happened for Wikipedia. But however, this race car is going to be a very good, excellent circuit spec to take on with any kinds of GT race cars, such as the Dodge Charger SRT8 to be as a NASCAR stock car edition with a wing spoiler. But different kinds of customization is going to be fully race modified to be on the track in the first and second installment of the crew. So let's go, keep dropping in and follow the line. That's the spirit. Stay on track. 13.880 seconds to be on the gap. 3 drivers are still racing out each other, but I could probably have to do my best and go for the win. Lap number 2 is coming in at the end, and here comes the final lap. Okay, 5th gear is doing well. Now go switch back onto the Ford and kick it up by using the nitro again. Alright, very good. Very good to do some chicane technique corners. It feels like I'm just driving on Willow Springs International Raceway to be in the Big Willow. But differently, the Giants racetrack very different at this same similar layout. But of course, it might be quite turns out differently to be very wide and excellent to be on the different layouts. But only in the Crew 2 to see how different track layout for pro racing in the tuning car discipline might be very well competitive in every short term, just like Grid. But of course, every Grid racing games is also to have some short time to be on every competition for every kinds of regional car classes to have some different modifications. So, when it comes in to have some new record in attempt number 1 might be stopping at 77,113 points. I'll have to add this one to be in follow-up catch-up number 2. 3 street racing event, 2 pro racing discipline complete. Now, one more event is going to be on the mixed event by having rallycross to be in the middle of nowhere. Perfect time moment to go with a classic muscle car to have this part of the video segment. But here goes nothing, viewers. Time to get back in to have the Dodge Charger RT Rallycross Edition will be take the spotlight to be in the streets. For mostly to have an optional strategy when using an off-road racing category. It might be quite possible to do a quickest way to do some shortcuts will get easier and improve by over 100,000 points. Time to get this good old Charger will be back in to be in the starting grid to be on the streets, but it will might have to take a time to have the car thumbnail image will be yet to be revealed. So let's do this, you guys. The final race as a mixed event will go on to have a very good, excellent muscle car moment to take the stage. Perfect daytime and street racing muscle cars along with other vehicles will join in as usual from St. George.
It's saying, let's win.
Let's ride and embrace the streets. Okay, very good. Staying on the 5th gear, but the quickest way might be quite going optional by doing some drifting on the streets. Just like drift discipline might be doing a different strategy way we'll go on. But how about the shortcut might be doing excellent ways to go will achieve. But I know if you guys really want me to do this, that should be the only way. Okay, very good. Checkpoint clear and look for the opening. Slide cleared and go drifting to be out of the area. But don't get too excited. We might need to do some shortcuts whenever we see. Okay, that's more like it. Now, let's do a power slide to take the first lap to enter lap number 2. Alright, successful and doing quicker to have an off-road opportunity. But it may be a piece of cake moment to see how muscle cars in the rallycross discipline might be going quicker to do some short just for only a temporarily to have any kinds of rallycross vehicle that you guys might have to use to go for it. But shortcuts is going to be the quickest way to have a well-achieved improved time without any slight spin out when losing control of the grip. For example, to see how quickest method might be quite possibilities to do some racing strategy in this mixed event. But this part of the spot might be quite very loosened up to be preventing a spin out. So you guys might be very careful when you're using this part of the corner when taking a shortcut. One checkpoint left to go, and here comes the finish line. Excellent work, and total time achieved in 2 minutes 33.468 seconds. By the calculations, 100,000 points is a job well done for having one muscle car rallycross to take action to go onto the road and off-road to be on the different choice to be in the same method. We did a good job out there to have a second muscle car team summon as a conclusion in Muscle Tour. Just like Forbidden Time to be as part number 1 and part number 2 to be part of this video turns out to have different events will be categorized to have a lineup in order. 3 street racing event, 2 touring car discipline, and 1 for the rallycross to be as a mixed event in the middle of nowhere. And that means for only 3 skills is check and complete, and my kind of a favorite moment is the escape at Pikes Peak. Ever long lasted run and go faster to take 75,000 yards and over by using any hypercar is going to be temporarily to do the spotlight. But man, it was a lot of long distance trip out there to go over to have a starting point from Pikes Peak, Colorado into the east coast of Maine. But it was a long lasted trip to see how good you are can actually have to go up higher to be on the leaderboard by exactly in the top 1,000. But it was a lot of fun out there, viewers. It was a lot of fun out there to take a long trip to be away from the red zone. But clearly to be half away from the region of America is going to have to do an excellent way to go faster to take the highway is going to be the number 1 main step by doing the method. But also to have the extreme moment is going to have to do quicker to be on the right direction if we could probably have to take the highway to be on the road after going to have to stay onto the off-road section in the area. For right now, Muscle Tour is finished for the day and we're heading off in Japan bits for the next live summon will be scheduled on May 25th through June 1st at the end. 2 rewards including the Honda Civic Type R and Made in Japan tire listed as a vanity tire. Looks epic and very good proud Japanese moment will be previewed to have 6 events and 3 skills will be coming in. Very good. Looks like what we need to do is the Nissan 370C Nismo and a C1000 ABS to be as a touring car disciplined. Very good to have two restricted vehicles will be featured, including the YCR M1 will be part of it to be as a mixed event. Perfection and proud Japanese racing moment to have a new mooted event will be coming soon by only a short day until Wednesday arrives. After Japan bids, Forever Ferrari will be take the encore on June 1st through 8th. We'll be having the F40 LM along with a red Storm X tire to be as a rare vanity. Until then, June 8th to 15th is going to be fabulous Las Vegas to have that multicolored nitro to be listed as a rare vanity nitro on the goal. Especially to have the famed magnet to be boosted on the Alpha Grand Prix. But I have already got it. It's all safe and good to go by now. But there's also to have an event coming soon is Night Shift 2. But we have to find out and see to have 3 events we'll have to take on by every date after Muscle Tour is over in about 23 hours left for only a single day until May 25th. We'll be stopping in on Wednesday. Thank you for watching on my video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.